Welcome, everyone. This is Vidette Mayer. I'm coming to you live from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm super, super stoked to be able to actually live a dream that has been in the works for maybe a decade or so. And that is the dream to adventure and journey and work on the road and educate my kids on the road. And we are now setting off in that direction. And as crazy and as scary as it is, making this dream reality, we're still in the messiness of it. But we decided to take one jaunt out from Austin and kind of get our feet wet. What does it look like for us to travel? We've traveled and adventured quite a bit. But the practice now is, how do we make this work while we're building businesses, while we are educating kids? And so the daily tune-ins are, I'm finding, becoming less daily and kind of daily-ish, because sometimes I don't have Wi-Fi, sometimes I don't have a space to do it. So this is all being figured out as we go, and it's not neat and it's not messy, or it's messy, it's not neat, and yet I'm figuring it out. And I hope that you'll be patient with me as I do this, because I think it could be quite the journey to tune in every day to figure out, like, where we are, what are we doing, what are we tuning into. And it's important for you to know that even though we are on the road, it is really important for me to keep up the practices that help me tune into the energies of the cosmos, of our planet, of myself, of my family. So thanks for journeying with me. Thanks for being patient as this kind of organically grows into whatever it's supposed to become. I am going to be using, for our daily tune in today, I'm going to be using some really beautiful cards that I got last night. Bud and I, my husband and I went out for a nighttime stroll through the French Quarter, down Bourbon Street and down the quiet, beautiful streets, which is really what we prefer altogether. But I went into the most magical shop and found these cards. It's kind of hard to see them. I see the makeup people do this, but that doesn't really work for cards. So whatever. It's the Book of the Dead cards, and I wanted something very New Orleans-y. And although this is kind of more from the Mexican standpoint of the Day of the Dead, I thought it was still very symbolic of New Orleans and how beautiful New Orleans is. So I'm going to just do a couple quick card pulls for today to set our energy and see what the day has in store for us. So as far as the highest spiritual intention, that one flipped over, so that one wants to come out. Oh my gosh, this one came out last night. This one literally flipped out of the card deck yesterday, and I absolutely love it. This is the card, the King of Wands. And what immediately came up for me last night as well as tonight is it's kind of like we're setting off like that direction. So there's a dream, there's an idea, there's an intention in your mind. And today, and this might be something that's been on your mind for a while. So I'm going to liken it to my own personal experience to kind of give it some context. What this really said to me last night as well as tonight is the dream that you're working on, the intention that you're working on, and that you really, really desire, you are setting the direction for it. And for myself, I've set this direction of traveling, living kind of a digital nomad life with a family for many years. And it's been so overwhelming, and it's been very painful it's been overwhelming to think about it and to plan it and to understand, like, how do I eject from all of the systems that we are a part of, the school system and the work system and all of that. How do I eject? And yet, how do I live this dream that has been gnawing at my soul for a very, very long time? So there's something within you that has been gnawing at you. That thing that you've already kind of said, you've decided, I'm going to go for it, and this is the direction I'm going. This is the intention. That is the spiritual intention for today to tune into. Every time that idea enters your mind, every time you feel it in your heart, you tune into it, and then you say, what is my next? How do I feel? How we're feeling is the swords. What do you need to cut ties with? So we are talking about The Two of Swords. The two is a very stabilizing number. There is something that will stabilize you in the idea that you have already created in mind, that you've said yes to. Now we have to tune into, how do you feel about that? And when you tune into this is a big one for me. What is it that makes your heart go, what are you afraid of? What are the limitations? Those are the things to start bullet pointing out, literally writing them out, because those are going to be the steps that have to be overcome. Those are going to be the emotional things that are going to have to cut the tethers of the emotional limitations. And also, we might have to look at, how does our heart expand? If there's anything that expands when you think about this, take note of what it is. Oh, I can do that. That's an easy part of this journey that I've said yes to, that I said, that's the direction we're going. This is what we all have to tune into for today. What is it that I really need to cut ties with? What tethers do I need to cut that are actually dampening or diminishing my ability to create this intention? I'm in this right now. I just wrote up in our Normally Weird community. I wrote the post for today. I haven't posted it yet. Just fine tuning it. But I talk very vulnerably about one aspect of living this dream that is literally, it is like burdensome. It is burdensome. Living a dream is not always easy, especially when you're very much entangled in how life has always been. And breaking away from that entanglement includes having to cut ties, and cut the power that others have over your ability and your intention to create the dream or create the idea. Today, what is that idea? And what comes up that limits you, because that's the stuff that needs to be tethered, that you need to cut the tether. So in the physical form, we have the Two of Wands, two coming up again. So how does two show up in your life today? What is the thing that is, if you think of two as a stable number, you got two legs to stand on and ground yourself in the main intention. So what is it that you need to protect yourself from? Okay. It really ties into what this is, what this thing is in your heart that tethers or that anchors you down into. Now there's a difference between anchoring. So I'm going to say I need to, because we do want to be anchored and grounded in our intention. And yet we also will be anchored by limitations at times. And sometimes we don't want that anchor and we have to cut that chain, cut that line. This is the thing in the physical form. There might be a person, there might be a job, there might be a circumstance that is keeping you tied to, in the physical form, to something. Maybe it's to someone or to a job. There's something, because this is a collective and general reading. I don't know what that is for you, but there is a someone in my life that is making this intention burdensome. But it's not enough that the burden is going to end the intention. It's to the point where I have to protect my feelings towards it and cut all ties to hurting anyone's feeling, and basically putting my guns out and saying, you can no longer hold me back. You can no longer stop me from this journey. You can no longer stop me from living this intention. And when you do that, and when you just decide, today is about deciding that. It looks to me, because of this card, she's saying that's the direction we're going, but it looks to me that there's still some parts of this intention that are going to hold you back, that are going to limit that. And it's not a permanent limitation. It's not anything. It's just a pain in the butt. It's the pain in the neck. You're like, really? You're going to keep doing this, or this is going to keep showing up? I need to cut the tethers. So cutting the tether of our intentions today, if we look at it from this way, left to right, is, I don't know which way this is going to come up. The intention is to stand firm and grounded in what you have set for yourself today. Pay attention to how it feels, and anything that diminishes the excitement, the anticipation, the beauty, the inspiration, the motivation that you have towards this, anything that diminishes that, you take a mental note of it. And if you can deal with it today, you deal with it today. And in the physical form, this is the feeling piece. And in the physical, how does this show up in your everyday life? You just keep yourself protected and you keep your guns up, so to speak, and be like, who's going to battle me? Who's going to battle to get in my way towards this intention? Because I'm going to cut you out. I'm going to cut that tether. So this is a pretty assertive reading, and it's just to get done what needs to get done to live this. So that's a message for me. It's a message for you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please share it, because I know there's a lot of people that are standing behind dreams that they have always wanted because of someone or something, and they have a pretty good excuse for not achieving the dream or not going towards it. But that excuse is all crap. If you have a desire within your heart that is gnawing at you, it is time. It is time. So with that, again, I'm Vidette Mayer. I come in for these daily-ish tune-ins to tune into the energy and the frequencies of our planet, our collective, our universe, so that we can tune into the day and see what is it we are being called to truly be aware of in each day. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you would like me to do a general reading around anything, also leave that in the comments. I'd be more than happy to do different readings and tune into different subjects, content, whatever it is that you want to tune into. If you are interested in a private healing session where we really get deep into your own personal diseases, meaning the things that bring your heart disease, if there's something that needs to be cut and you're not sure where to even begin with that, that's a perfect opportunity to schedule a session with me. And these sessions are beautiful. They are sacred. They are fun. We laugh, we talk. There's a lot involved in it. But at the end of the day, anything that brings your heart dis-ease, I promise you at the end of our session, it will be eased and a whole new level of clarity will fill your soul. You can find out all of that at videttemeyer.com, and please join our Normally Weird community. Also from my website, you can find it, because this community is going to be the heartbeat of our Normally Weird journey, traveling the globe, trying to figure out how to live a life of freedom and a life of education on the road with our kids. So thanks for being here, y'all. I appreciate it. Love to you all. See you soon. Mwah. Have a good one.